FCPS All-Stars. Our guest for today is Beth Strakonsky, Advanced Placement Teacher for Human Geography and Advanced Placement Teacher for Psychology at Frederick High School. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very glad to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
I understand that you are quite busy at Frederick High.
I've been the Student Government Advisor for 30 years. After 7 years, I just finished coaching the academic team.
Wow.
I coached the National History Day team. I advise our National Social Studies Honor Society, and I serve on different committees as well as being the department chair.
So what's the most enthralling thing about being a geography teacher?
Because I get to talk about what's happening in the world. I always tell my students, I don't ever want to see you on a late night TV show where Jimmy Fallon comes on the street and asks you where something is or who somebody is, because I want my students to know that in contemporary time.
Now, you mentioned that you were on one committee for 30 years. How long have you been teaching at Frederick High?
31.
Oh my gosh.
Same classroom, same everything. I haven't moved yet.
Wow. Now, did you teach before that?
No, I started when I was 21.
So you started at Frederick High, and you've been there 31 years.
I have. I hope to complete my entire career there.
So since you spent nearly all of your life in one spot, that means that a lot of your life has happened at Frederick High School.
Well, my husband and I met at Frederick High. He works for State Farm, but he coaches our girls' cross-country and track teams.
Okay.
And our former athletic director, Ed Remus, he introduced us at a basketball game, and we started dating and we got married. Along with that, we have a daughter who's a senior at Frederick High School this year.
Okay.
It means a lot to us.
So you met your spouse, and you had a baby there. So did they give you a wedding shower, baby shower?
Yeah, my students and my colleagues did. Our wedding was a big Frederick High event. Several people in the wedding were Frederick High colleagues. Piano and music was provided by former students.
Wow, that's really special.
It was.
So what's it going to mean to you when the new Frederick High is open?
It's going to mean I have windows and doors. For 31 years, I've been in the same classroom and I've never had a window. I've never had any doors. I teach with 3 cardboard walls and a chalkboard wall, and I'm looking forward to sunlight and being able to see what's going on outside.
Wow. So that sounds like it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what your new digs are going to look like in the new building. Now, you mentioned your daughter. What's her name?
Our daughter's name is Caroline.
Now, I heard a story that she's a pretty creative young lady and she knows how to get what she wants.
She does. When she was in 7th grade, she wanted a new puppy for her 13th birthday.
Who doesn't?
True, but my husband and I were ready to say no. We have busy lives and we knew we weren't going to be home much. She would put pro and con chart on the kitchen table in the morning. She'd put Post-it notes all over the house. She wrote us an essay, and it didn't sway us. And one day she came home and at dinner, she said, "May I be excused?" She went to her book bag, she came back, and she presented us with a petition. She had written a petition of all the reasons she deserved to have a new dog, and she had over 100 people sign it. Teachers, friends from church, her friends, relatives. She got her dog.
Wow, so she's creative.
She is.
She's determined. She knows how to make a persuasive argument.
She does.
Sounds like she might be trying to follow in your footsteps.
She is. I'm so proud to say that she intends to go into education. She wants to be a special education teacher. Currently, she is an intern at Frederick High for our Learning for Life program.
Okay.
And she wants to go into adaptive special ed. She's on our unified track and bocce teams. She's been in our unified gym class. She has passion for what she wants.
And I think that passion runs throughout generations, if I understand correctly.
It does. Another thing I'm very proud of, my mother in 1980 was Delaware Teacher of the Year. Not at the high school where I taught, but the high school next to us. I've won the Washington Post Agnes Meyer Award in 2002.
Ooh, okay.
And I just know our daughter has the passion and the art of teaching inside of her. It's what she's meant to do.
So it sounds like within your family, teaching is teachers are born. They're not made in your family.
Education's a priority.
Well, what do you and your family like to do in your spare time when you're not at Frederick High? It sounds like all 3 of you are there all the time.
We are, but we love it. It's important to us. We're there because we enjoy it. We like to travel in the summer. We have a group of friends we travel with, and then we take a separate, just the three of us, family vacation. We call it a city for the summer. And we pick one city, and the three of us go, and we spend about 4 days in that city getting to know it.
All right, so as a person who also likes to travel, I have to ask, of the cities you've been to, what's your favorite?
Well, I would tell you right now it's London because we just were there this past summer, but we also like Chicago and Boston quite a bit.
Three-way tie?
I suppose so.
So what's your criteria? Like, what do you use to determine whether a city is good or not?
Yeah, it's we like the history and the architecture, how friendly the people are. We also like how clean it is.
Which city is at the bottom of the list?
Okay, I apologize to anybody I offend, but Philadelphia didn't do much for us. We enjoyed the history. We, you know, we did the bus tour, the Liberty Bell, all of that.
Okay.
It just didn't have a great passion about it when we were there.
Okay, so you weren't feeling the brotherly love, I guess.
We weren't, and I apologize.
You may have to do a repeat. Maybe they'll be there next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, when it comes to Frederick High, what's the best thing about being at Frederick High all these years?
I tell my students every single semester, and I mean it sincerely, that I love my job. I think that teaching, aside from parenting, is the most important job in the world because I think we affect community.
True.
That's why I've stayed at Frederick High for 31 years, and I intend to spend my entire career there. I have taught parents of my students. I've taught whole families of siblings, and that means the world to me that I know my community, they know me. I'm actively participating in my community. I've been the teacher representative to the PTA for 30 years. I'm on our Safe and Sane committee because I think it's important that I model to my own child and to my students the importance of community.
That's wonderful. Well, Beth, thank you so much for joining us today on FCPS All Stars.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us at FCPS All Stars. Stay tuned for our next episode, and don't forget, shine on.